Hey, it's Dave. Got a new ride. Well, new to me ride. I bought it from a friend, a really good friend. Do you ever have a friend whose stuff is always of good quality? That's this guy. So when he told me that he had an ATV for sale, my ears perked up. My friend was getting rid of some of his stuff he no longer has a need for, and this was one of them. This was his hunting ATV. It's a 2002 Honda Foreman. This is the Rubicon edition, so it has a lot of nice benefits, and we'll go through it all here in a little bit. Hey, good girl, stay by me, Betty. Back this off. Well, come on. So yeah, 2002. It has the camo skin on it. It actually came with a front camo soft basket and a rear storage container soft container for the rear rack as well, and it's camo as well, and I'll show you those here in a second. You can see it's got a nice winch on it. All right, so here are the camo soft. So this is the back storage, and it connects to the rack on the behind the seat. Also came with a saddlebag, so I'll put saddlebags on it, and then this is the front storage, and again it attaches to the rack on the front of the. So this is carbureted versus the Rancher's fuel injected. My friend had it serviced right before I bought it. So yeah, you gotta start it with a choke and stuff, but it runs just fine. It's automatic, 2 drives, D1, D2, and a reverse. It is always in 4-wheel drive. Came with a coal pin rifle mount, and so I have the actual rifle container back at the house. The dash setup. Here's its mileage and its hours. 769 hours and 964 miles. It has reverse, neutral indicators. You can do different trips on it. It has a clock. You can set the hour and the minute and time on it. Came with a hitch. It also came with a sprayer, the undercarriage. It's incredibly clean. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. My hope is I can pull the UTV over to that corner. It should roll. The front tires are going to prohibit it because it splays out, so it's going to give it a lot of resistance going forward. I had to shift. I shifted into D2. And once I did that, it was gripping and ripping. I think what D2 does, I have no idea. Really. I'll look it up and figure it out. Somehow, it gave all four wheels more power. But, hey, first chore for the new Rubicon did well. So what I'm getting ready to do, I got some corn on it, and we're gonna go out and drive it out and do the trail cameras. I've been driving this now. I got it in November at the house. I drove it for a few months, but we brought it out here to the property in March, and so I've been driving it pretty much as soon as I finish the shelter. I drive it every time I'm out here, so I'm getting pretty used to it. So we'll take it for a spin, and then we'll come back and some comparisons of the Honda Rubicon to my Rancher, the goods and the bads and everything that and how it all situates for me. Ready? Come on. Up we go. Good girl. You're such a pretty girl. That's the difference. So here's D. I don't know if you can feel it. Here's the low gear. Oh, low's got you. That's the high torque. Now shift it back to your normal D2, which is like your performance. All right, Lillie Poo, you ready? Yep. Here, baby. That's my girl. Oh, let's get this off you. Hold still. There you go. Oh, that didn't work at all. No, no, there. I think you got it. Sorry about that, buddy. You ready? Come here, baby. Strapping in. Up we go. That's my good girl. That's my good girl. Get over here. You're right. Over a few things that I've learned about this machine, and we'll talk a little bit about it, but let me show you some of the things I really like. First of all, I've learned to absolutely love the fact that this machine is automatic. Not having to shift, huge benefit. Has a real lot of torque in D2, and D1 it flies. It goes really fast, and I don't know the top speed on it, but it does really well. If you look over on the trigger here on the thumb, it's got the extended thumb assist. Yeah, now that's a nice addition. I'm gonna get that for my rancher. I like that. Makes a huge difference in comfort when you're riding for a long period of time. Really helps out. I like the winch. It's got a really nice winch on it. I'm not 100% proficient with it, but it's very similar to the winch I had in my pickup truck. It seems like just smaller version. So I see a lot of possibilities for using that. Mostly in helping me get logs up onto platforms for resawing. So anyways, I think that's a huge plus. I like the light setup where you have the center and the two. I think that gives more visibility. It's a better setup. So I like that. The Rubicon has a lower squatter or squattier stance than my Rancher. Rancher's 2021. This Rubicon's 2002. I like the lower stance. Just seems a little bit more stable. Nothing wrong with the Rancher. It's never been unstable. I can tell the difference. This has upgraded wheels on it. The friend I bought it from put upgraded wheels on it. I mean, they look nice and they're cool. So I like that. I like the gun case. That's come in handy. I put a basket back here for Lillie and another basket for my tools, and so this has worked out well. The front, I took the soft carrier off until I need to go hunting or something like that, so I put that off to the side. I like the saddlebags. If you don't have saddlebags on your ride, they're pretty cool. Power that the 500cc motor gives, you can tell the difference. 420 powerful, but the 520 definitely more powerful, and you notice it. A couple things that are, takes a bit to get used to again is, so this is the Rubicon's carbureted. So in cold weather it's a harder start. Even in warm weather you got to choke it, let it warm up and all that stuff. The Rancher is electronic fuel ignition. So as soon as that thing says fire up, you can fire it up and go. It's ready to go. Cold weather, hot weather, it doesn't matter. I like EFI. That part I like. I got to change this hitch. It centers on one bolt, and if you can see that, but there's a single bolt, and when you take a corner pulling something, it'll turn. I need that to stay still, so I'll probably get a hitch similar to what I have for my Rancher. Parking brake, so it seems like it's got a lot of play in it. I mean, you had not pushed the brake yet, so it's got a lot of play. I got to adjust that. But it also seems like when you put the parking brake on and it sits there, it's sticking. Because when you first advance the ATV, first try to get it going, it wants to stick a little. The weight of these two is almost identical. They're both just around 600 pounds. You get about 1 extra inch of ground clearance. The Rancher sits up an inch higher. But when you sit on them, it seems like you're up a little bit higher than that. Yeah, their tow capacity is the same. I looked up an old ad for the Rubicon in 2002, and it said, it's a four-wheeler that's fun to drive and a workhorse. And I think that described it pretty well. So I paid right around $3,400. Now, it has higher hours. It's got but it only has 969 miles, so it hasn't driven a lot. A sprayer setup, winch, snow plow, which worked well because we didn't get any snow. So I had this sitting in my garage with the plow, and we got no snow, so it worked well. Cover, gun case, Copland gun case, which is really sweet too. Cover, all that stuff, 3,200 or 3,400, I think is what I spent. I've been 32. But anyways, I feel like I got a good deal. Hey, I appreciate you checking out this video and coming along with Lily and I. Like I always say, make kindness your business. Do something kind for somebody. Share a little bit of goodness. Coming up into the summer season, people are out and about a little bit more. Help somebody cut their yard. There's tons of things we can do to help each other out. So I encourage you to do that. Put a smile on somebody's face. You see what it do to your own heart. And until next time, Dave and Lily out. Dave, why do you need 2 ATVs? Well, obviously I can't ride them both at the same time. But I do have several reasons. One, when I have family out here, it's awkward sometimes to have everybody pile on behind you on an ATV. Now we got 2. They can go out and ride the trails together. Husband and wife, 1 on each, or I can go with them on one and they can go on their others. If my wife ever decides to come out here, she could ride one. Friends come out to hunt and stuff, we're set up. If I go hunting in another state, I need to take an ATV. I've got one that's set up for it.